If you don't already know, I was blind for 8 years, the last 2 years of which I was fully blind. And in that time, I solved a Rubik's Cube. Excuse me? What you say? Before I explain how I did it, let me tell you why I did it. I'm OCD about my cube. My cube is always supposed to be stored in the solved position. It's like that movie Hellraiser. This is a portal to hell, and if you don't store it in the solved position, you don't know what kind of demons are going to show up. I got this kid upstairs. He scrambled my cube and could not solve it, and it was bugging me. It was wigging me out. One day he comes out, he sees me fumbling with the cube. He says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to solve this cube." He laughs. He says, "If you solve that cube blind, I will run to the beach in my underwear screaming and hollering." Okay, whatever you want to do, kid, but I'm going to solve the cube. It took about 3 months to come up with a viable method, several failed attempts. I had a friend tell me which color each sticker was, and I tried to mark it with a piece of tape, a circle, a square, triangle, but it didn't work really well. The stickers would slide around, they'd fall off, I couldn't feel them. I tried to use an app with my phone. It would tell me which color things were, but the stickers are shiny. It didn't work really well. It was giving me all these weird colors like coral, turquoise, emerald. I'm like, come on, there's only 6 primary colors. How difficult is this? But over the course of that 3 months, I began to notice something. Now, I had light perception. A lot of blind people have light perception. I believe Ray Charles had light perception. That's why he wore the glasses, because the light burns the eyes, so we like to keep it dark. We can't actually see anything, but we know if the sun is up or if it's nighttime. We can see where the lights are. They don't light anything up. But I noticed that if I held the cube to my eye with a light shining on it, I could tell if 2 of the stickers were the same color or if they were 2 different colors. There's just slight little variation in the shade of the light. I began to study this, try to figure out what was going on. I realized that the blue and the green looked exactly alike. The red and the orange looked exactly alike. The white and the yellow looked exactly alike. So I could differentiate between 3 of the 6 colors. But if you know anything about the cube, those are all on opposite sides. The green and blue are opposite. The orange, the red are opposite. The white and the yellow are opposite. That means there will never be an edge piece with a yellow and a white. There will never be a corner piece with a green and a blue. And I figured that with that information, that would be enough information for me to be able to solve the cube. And so I set about trying to solve the cube. Now, it took me 3 days. With eyes, I can solve a cube in less than a minute. But it took me 3 days. I remember the kid came out, and I said, "Hey, is this right?" Yeah, you got the first layer." Oh, how I wish I could have seen the look on his face. I could hear it in his voice. I wish I could have seen it in his face. I go back to fumbling with it a little bit more. He comes out again. "Is this right?" No, you got 2 of them mixed up." Okay, keep fumbling with it. It was very painful, you know, but I had to solve the cube. I didn't care. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm worried. I'm like, I'm going to lose my light perception. I'm going to make it even worse. But I've got to close the portal to hell. We can't leave this cube in the unsolved position. So here I am, fumbling with it some more. The kid comes out. "Is this right?" Yeah, you got the second layer solved." He goes to walk off. I said, "I wouldn't go very far. This is only going to take a moment. I mean, the third layer is the easiest layer. There's only 3 algorithms. You do them over and over again, you're going to solve the cube. It's the easiest layer." Sure enough, I tossed him the cube. "I hope you're wearing clean underwear." Oh, how I wish I could have seen the look on his face. Now, when I was a kid, I actually got in trouble at school for playing with the Rubik's Cube. Excuse me? This is not a toy. This is a tool that teaches children how to solve problems. If we teach children how to solve problems, the world will have less problems. One of the reasons I did so well blind is because I trained myself to solve problems. I did all of my own shopping, all of my own cooking, all of my own cleaning. I walked 6 miles, crossing 6 lanes of moving traffic with my eyes closed. I may not have been the best cleaner. Yeah, there's dirt on the floor, but I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see to sweep it up, but People come over my house, your floor is dirty. So what? Didn't matter to me. See, a blind guy can do anything a sighted person can do. It just takes us longer. Speed of light, speed of sound. This felt like the speed of smell. Energy travels at different speeds. And one of the reasons I was able to function so well blind is because I trained myself to solve problems. Learning facts, figures, memorizing places and dates, that's knowledge. That's not intelligence. This teaches children intelligence. So if you have a child, I highly recommend you get them a Rubik's Cube and teach them how to solve problems. Teach them how to solve the cube, because this is a skill set that will carry over into so many other aspects of life. Thanks for watching.